Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of The Amateur Angler. And today what I wanted to show you a bit was one of the challenges that I faced for years with my tackle. So I don't know if you can relate to this, but I've had tons of tackle over the years. Every time I'm going out for a new trip, I grab something, put it in the box, but quite often I really didn't know what it was supposed to do. It looked great, or I read about it in a magazine, or somebody else said, "Hey, you want to get one of these?" And quite often, what I would do is grab, one item. And over 15 or 20 years, what happens is, I've got all kinds of stuff, but I look back at it and I really have no idea why I bought it, what it's supposed to do, what the action is, and a lot of stuff goes unused or it's forgotten, and then it just all piles up. So I'm going through my stuff right now as I get ready for when the season opens. And I'm looking at stuff here, and here's an example. Here's an old hula papa. Well, to be honest, I don't really fish for bass, and my understanding is this is typically a bass lure, and it's really not in great repair. I mean, it's stuck together, so what am I supposed to do with that? But it's taking up space, and it's just adding to some of the clutter and the lack of focus. And one of the things I'm going to try and work on is specializing a little bit more. I mean, typically my preferred species are walleye and pike. Not upset at all if I catch a bass, but most of my lures should be geared around that. And then what I'm trying to do is establish types of baits that I need to go after those, and then strategies for that. So what I'm in the process of right now is going through. I have several trays. That's a decision I made, was go to trays instead of a hard tackle box, and I have a soft case. And then I'm going through and organizing those trays by type of lure or technique that I would use. So at a glance, I can know which tray I should be opening up at any given time, or if I'm only going to go out with one tray, I know which one it is. So I look here, I've got 6 sets here, and for the most part, these are at capacity. Well, problem is, I've also got all of these baits that I've somehow got to get in here. So what's got to happen is, some of these got to go to make room for some that are coming in. I'm just going to have to make some really hard choices, because one of the things I want to do to get better is to make sure I'm only spending money on equipment that I'm going to use, that's going to help me perform better when I'm out on the water. So I'll talk to you a little bit more about what those things are, but I just wanted to show you, for me, one of the goals again is focus on only having equipment in my box that I know how to use, that I know when to use it, and then it's organized so I can get at it at a really easy spot. And also then if I ever lose something, I know exactly what it is that I'm going to try and replace. Over the next few months or year, I'll also tell you exactly what the types of things are that I'm specializing in, so that you can learn from it as well. If you have any suggestions or feedbacks or comments, especially on how you store or arrange your equipment, I'd love to hear it. Certainly what I've been doing today doesn't work, so I'd love to hear what you're doing. Thanks very much, and hope you enjoyed the show, and watch again for the next one of The Amateur Angler.